This is the most popular vehicle that we have. It's our most viewed vehicle online, in fact. It's the new 2019 Honda CR-V. Hi, I'm Justin Thompson here at Smail Honda in Greensburg. I want to take you on a ride along on the 2019 Honda CR-V EXL model and show you the features. So let's take it for a ride, come on. Here's the front end of the 2019 Honda CR-V. Now this is the EXL model, okay? So you're gonna have a lot of nice features like the fog lamps, you're gonna have the daytime LED running lamps, and you have the HID headlamps here. You're gonna see the radar in the front here, that's for the Honda sensing, as well as the camera in the windshield. Things that are different with the touring model, you're gonna have full LED headlamps the whole way through. Also, you're gonna have some chrome trim along the front, and then also the side of the vehicle, right where you see this little patch right here. Also, the wheels, instead of the gray color of paint, it's gonna be black. Same size wheel for the touring. You also have on the touring model, you're gonna have the cross rails as well. But outside of that, you're gonna have a lot of the same features with the EXL model. In the back here, we have the power tailgate. Now the touring's gonna have the kick sensor on the back here. But the EXL, just one touch all the way up. A lot of storage space in the back here. You do have your spare tire jack and tools in order to change the tire underneath here. By the way, if you need a flush surface, you can have the lower level, so if you have groceries, they're not sliding around everywhere. But if you need a flat surface, bring it up to the next level here. That slaps right down. All right, when you're in the back here and you want to release the seats down so they fold flat, instead of going through the other side and just opening up the door manually, putting it down, you just pull this handle here, and that's going to fold those seats down flat. The other side does the same thing as well. And that's it for the exterior. Let's check out the interior, we'll take it for a spin. And the main difference between the EXL model and the touring on the interior are gonna be your rain sensing wipers. You're gonna have the 9-speaker audio system with the subwoofer. And then you're also gonna have the Garmin-based navigation system. All right, let's take us on the road. Now from 2018, you have the electronic parking brake, so you can have that set. So that's gonna be the same. The brake hold button, for those of you who've seen the 2018 video, that's gonna keep you from drifting forward or backward when you're in traffic. When you come to a complete stop. If you're on a hill, this is great so you don't drift in the car behind you either. So I have it on right now, I'm in drive and I can take my foot off the brake and we're not drifting anywhere. Once I hit the accelerator, it releases brake hold, and when I come to a complete stop, whether it's 10 seconds later or an hour and a half later, it's gonna lock back up. As long as I don't hit that button again. I hit it in the morning and set it all day and it will just work every time I need to use it. That only works when your seatbelt's on, by the way. So let me show you how the adaptive cruise control works. First step is to hit the main button, and that will bring up the two acronyms, ACC, Adaptive Cruise Control, and LKAS is Lane Keep Assist System. So that's the first step. The second step for your cruise is just to hit set whenever you want. If you're under 25 miles an hour, it'll default you to 25 and not take you above that speed unless you increase your speed manually, which, by the way, you can hit the plus button 1 mile an hour, or you can hold it down for a few seconds and it will hop up 5 mile an hour increments. You can also change the sensitivity level of when the vehicle is going to slow down with the car in front of you. So now we got this car in front of us and the car icon actually showed up here. And that indicates that the camera sees the vehicle. Now I'm gonna actually bring the vehicle closer to me, changing the sensitivity level. Now the car icon went away. If I was going a little bit faster than this, it would pop me up to the speed that I had set, which will take me up to 50. But again, no higher than that. So when you're out on the highway going 65, you come upon a vehicle that's going slower than you don't have to touch the brakes, it'll slow it down automatically. When you get in the fast lane, the car icon goes away and it'll pop you up to the previous speed that you had set. Now for the lane keep assist system, I'm above 45 miles an hour, and as long as I stay centered in a lane, the dotted lines will end up turning solid white. And again, that's how I know that if I do start to drift, it'll vibrate the wheel and pull me back into the lane. And I'll actually demonstrate that here. So I have it, if I start to drift, you'll actually see that there's lane departure and it will actually bring me back into the lane. In Western PA, at least for Honda, the CR-V is the most popular because you do have the all-wheel drive system, which is great for the winter time. Hey, we never know in Western PA what the weather's gonna be. It could be, we could have 4 seasons in one day, literally. So the all-wheel drive system is great. The best thing about the all-wheel drive system is that it's mainly front-wheel drive whenever you're not using the all-wheel drive. And you don't decide whenever it turns on. It does it automatically for you. As soon as your wheels start to slip, it'll automatically engage in all-wheel drive. 90% of the power is diverted to the front wheels. So that means that your front tires are actually gonna wear a little bit faster than the rear, and then you can rotate them. So unlike an all-wheel drive system or a true all-wheel drive, similar to Subaru, not speaking poorly of Subaru, just telling you that whenever you have to change the tires on that, you have to change all 4 of them at the same time. You don't have to do that with Honda. Another reason why Honda CR-V is so popular is they don't fleet their vehicles. Honda doesn't fleet their vehicles. So when you go to a rental car company, Hertz or Enterprise, you can't rent a Honda. So that doesn't hinder the market as far as the true value of the CR-V. And that's another reason why it's popular. And then on top of all of that, just the way that it drives. I mean, it's a smooth ride. You know, long trips, family trips, taking the kids back and forth to soccer practice, hockey. It's just a great vehicle where you can pack all your stuff in, grab the kids and go. Great for running around town, grocery shopping, stuff like that. It literally is for every demographic that is out there. Slow follow here. I'm just going to show you. And what will happen, that radar is actually going to slow the vehicle down automatically. I'm not touching a thing with the brakes. Under 25 miles an hour, other adaptive cruise controls out there with other manufacturers will shut off. You need to be mindful of that and be ready to brake the vehicle. Ours, again, takes you all the way down to 0 miles an hour without you touching a thing. Again, it's called slow follow. You'll see the word stopped underneath the car icon up here, and that's how you know that you're not going to move anywhere at all. When traffic gets going, you just simply hit the plus button or tap the accelerator, and then it will put you back up to the speed that you have previously set. So I'm going to demonstrate the blind spot monitoring here. So you're going to see this blink. There we go. So somebody was in my blind spot, that blinked orange, but I also had my turn signal. So if you forget that that's there and you don't see that light, it'll give you the second warning with that beep. And that's blind spot monitoring. Now, forward collision warning, I'm not going to test that out. Just trust the system is going to brake automatically for you. You do have the ability to turn the system off. And again, that's the great thing about Honda Sensing. If you don't like something or don't like how it operates, you can change the sensitivity level and pretty much tailor it to how you want it to operate. But that forward collision warning, that's great. When you're coming under 20 miles an hour or so, coming up to a traffic light and somebody's stopped, if you don't apply the brakes in time, it'll do it automatically. It's great for pedestrians in a crosswalk. Sometimes you might not see a small child. It's going to stop that as well. The vehicle will stop for pedestrians. Some of the other features inside of the vehicle, you're going to have your automatic headlamps, so you can keep it on auto all the time. By the way, when you have your fog lamps on, auto will turn those off as well. You have automatic high beams at night. So you're going to have that on the EX model, the Touring model. You actually even have it on the EX model, which is a step below this one. So again, to refresh you, LX is the base with a 2.4 liter. EX has a 1.5 liter turbo. EXL still has that, and that's this model with the leather. And then the Touring has those additional features that I mentioned before. So we're going to check out the turning radius here. We can do a U-turn. I didn't even come close to the line on the right-hand side, so it has a nice turning radius too. And Honda has speed-sensitive power steering. At slower speeds, it's going to allow you to maneuver, so making a U-turn or in the parking lot, you're going to be able to maneuver easily. And then when you get out at the highway and higher speeds, the steering will stiffen up for you. Going over bumps, the suspension is great. You don't feel those bumps. That's a nice thing about the newer generation of the CR-V. Is that it's less noisy. I guess that was a complaint with the earlier generations, but it's much quieter. The leather wrapped steering wheel feels nice in my hand driving on the road. The seats, the leather interior, really comfortable. And then the backup camera, I'm going to show you this. All you do is put the vehicle in reverse, and you're going to have 3 camera angle views. You're going to have the wide angle view, so you can see traffic coming from either side. By the way, you have the cross traffic detection, and that uses a blind spot monitoring. So if any cars are coming from behind us, it's going to beep and indicate which side they're coming from. They'll even have some arrows show up here on the touchscreen. You have more of a straight-on view when you go to make your park. By the way, the dynamic guidelines do change color to give you a projected angle into a parking spot, especially if you're backing into one. And then also, you have a straight down view. You can back right up against the curb without hitting it. This is great if you have a hitch. You know, you can line it up perfectly too. And a few other things to note, you do have the smartphone connection. That's for Apple CarPlay and Android Auto. So if you have the smartphone, you're going to be able to do that. You hook up to the USB port that's in the center console here with the phone icon, and then you're going to be able to display that on the screen. Great thing about this, so if you don't get the touring model, you're not going to have the standard navigation system. Don't worry about that. Our smartphones are used as navigation. So when you plug that into Android Auto or Apple CarPlay, you're going to be able to use your maps as your navigation system. It'll actually show up here on the touchscreen. And on the information button here, you can display what you'd like to see up here on the dash. The first one is the your range, how many miles till empty, and your average fuel efficiency, both trip A and B. Hit the information button again and just scroll over. You have the driver attention level system. In the first 20 minutes of driving the vehicle, the CRV will learn your throttle patterns and your hand positions. If those change over time, it's an indication that you're getting drowsy or you need to change drivers. This will indicate that and let you know. Also, you have the all-wheel drive system. If you care to see how it's working real time, which wheels are getting the power, you can view that. Your maintenance minder is when you should get your oil changed. At 15%, that's when it's going to bring up a little wrench on the dash to indicate that you have to get the oil changed. Your music, any audio that you have, by the way, if you scroll up and down here on the directional pad, you can change the music media between Sirius satellite radio, FM, Apple CarPlay, or an iPod if you have that plugged in as well, and Bluetooth, of course. And then you have the phone icon. Any phone calls that you have coming through will show up here. And then, of course, you can change miles per hour to kilometers as well. And then lastly, with the remote start system, it's just like the 18s. So you have the standard remote start from the factory. You just hit the lock button 2 times in a row and then hold the circular button down for about 3 or 4 seconds and it will start it up. And why buy from Smail Honda? Well, we've been in business for over 80 years. So we've been around for a long time. Also, just a family-run facility, just really friendly environment. What we love to do as well is put these videos online for our customers. The main goal is to help them out. I'm a consumer just like anybody else. So whenever I go online, I'm going to want as much information as possible. And this allows our customers to go on and just see the vehicle, view the features, and then really get familiar with it before they actually come in and talk numbers or even take it for a test drive. So you can come in, no hassle at all. We can pick the perfect vehicle out for you and take our time to make sure that it's everything that you need and want. And that was a ride along on the new 2019 Honda CR-V EXL model. I hope you enjoyed the video, so please visit us here in Greensburg, PA, and ask for me, Justin Thompson, or visit us online at smailhonda.com. Thanks for watching.